It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back. I stumbled across another forum post that I think you guys can really get a good laugh out of. And it says, I lose to Ghoul so fast that my rank gets demoted. Which I thought you guys would find pretty funny, because the only reason that you should be dying this fast is by dying so quickly that it literally thinks you're throwing the game. And I haven't actually ever seen that happen to anybody, unless like they were actually like so bad at the game that they're dying in like such a crazy quick fashion that it's literally it pops up saying like you're sandbagging the game. So if that doesn't give you an idea as to how bad these players are, I don't know what will. You know what I mean? And I can't even tell you like with confidence like what the requirements are for this to pop up and derank you, because I've only seen it a handful of times from people posting about it, meaning that it's probably pretty rare. And that also means that you're dying so quickly that the system picks it up, because if you're just playing the game normally, it's not gonna pop up. Like, so that's why I'm like, yo, you must be bad at the game. But anyway, it says, and a pop-up comes up accusing me of sandbagging my team. Does anyone have any suggestions? This happens, I think, because of the typical read all dumbass. Ghoul players rely on the outdated strategy of tunneling the first person out. I'm like, all right, buddy. They go, legitimately need a counter strategy for solo queue. Thanks, guys. I'm like, all right, like, buddy. Oh man, this is great. It said, crazy idea. Have you tried I don't know, actually getting good? How about this one? Learning the loop. Like, I think if you did either one of these two things, you would have a better time. Oh my god. Oh man. And then, you know, notice like there go, thanks for replying. Could you add some how-tos and whens? I'm like, you ever heard of Google? You ever heard of YouTube? You ever heard of the different channels that teach you how to do these things? Huh, that's weird. What's funny, you know, jokes aside, what's funny is that like when I'm playing a game, like one of my favorite games, Marvel Rivals, like when I'm like trying to play a character, like recently I've been picking up Elsa Bloodstone because I really like her voice lines, and she's like, she seems really funny with like some of the stuff she says, man. I don't know. And her gameplay is really interesting too. It's like I'm like doing combos with guns, which really reminds me a lot of like Devil May Cry and stuff like that. So I like that quite a bit. But regardless, I've been getting into it, and there was a lot of things I did not know about the character. So what I did is that I did some research. I looked it up. I looked up a guide. I looked up settings I can change. I looked up like, you know, the sensitivities, like dead zones, things like that, because I'm using a controller, stuff like that. And I learned at least 4 new things in like less than like 5 minutes. You know, I didn't realize that she had like a meter that increases her damage. I didn't know that, you know, you could just kind of like shoot. You don't even have to press the follow-up attack to do the to do her combo. You know what I mean? I did not know you could do that. I did not know that, like, you know, so like certain other, I forgot what else I was learning too, but basically I applied those things I was learning. I think they mentioned like how to use the ult better. They mentioned like, you know, try to slow down when you're comboing and be more deliberate. Like just try to focus on just landing the shots in the first place, and then you'll get faster over time with your combos and you'll be more consistent. They mentioned like you can drop your trap down at your feet, so when they're diving and they try to go like melee you, they'll get caught in a trap and you can start comboing them and stuff like that. So I was like, wow, like it's really interesting to see that, you know what I mean? It's I like that, you know, that being able to learn more about these characters. And you guys have even seen, when it pertaining to DBD, I've dropped videos like for guides on how to play killer before. So even myself, I've offered that information. Other channels have offered that information, like whether it be survivor or killer. There's information out there. You just have to look for it. It's like, if you want to learn something, you look for it instead of typing on forums. Type it into a search bar. Hey, how do I counter this on DBD? How do I loop on DVD? Like, you're gonna find something. Like, come on, bro. It just seems like ridiculous to just like assume that like everyone's gonna be like sympathize with your woes. But anyway, so they say you're not going to find sympathy in this killer-sided forum, but honestly, who cares about grades at this point? Bro, this is how I know it's a survivor main, because what do you mean killer-sided forum? The moderators on these forums are survivor mains. More like the devs are survivor mains. The people who post up most are survivor mains. Like, what are you talking about? So let's see. And then this yeah, I don't even have to read some of this stuff. It doesn't make any sense. It's just a lot of nonsense. This person says killers were upset people didn't want to play versus camp and tunnel floor slowdowns every game. But yeah, like I said, survivor main. I mean, I didn't even have to read it. I already know it's just like brain rotted, nonsensical standpoints that have no basis in reality. Because not everybody like plays like this, and the reason that it gets done is always lost to these people. I thought getting D-ranked isn't possible anymore. They took it away a long time ago. This must be another fairy tale. Hey, thank you. Somebody said it. So I don't know. I mean, like, literally the reason that they've added that in, mind you, because, you know, these people live in this world of delusion. The reason that this mechanic was added in is because of the go next type of stuff that was happening. That's why they prevented you from being able to pull the hook by yourself unless you have slippery meter deliverance. That's why you have to sit there, because people will give up so fucking fast in this game. Like, I'm just saying, they give up so fast that they literally added in a system in place so that they can't do that. They've already, I'm pretty sure when they, well, I can't confirm because I don't remember how long ago that change was. But at least I think that they at least explained why, I think. Because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't just say they're adding it for no reason. But whatever. So they say that the Steam community says additionally players can intentionally derank for fun, but this is not a formal mechanic of the game. So that clearly is outdated. So I mean, I don't know what they're talking about. But regardless, go ahead and try to see if we find any sort of. Oh, there we go. We found it. We found him. There he is. The survivor main with 4K. Look, he reached it. 4K posts and an additional 30 on top of that. Bro literally lives on the forums and pretends to play the game. That's hilarious, bro. It's the same guy that said he doesn't give Behavior his money, but he gives him all his time. It's insane. Let's see. So this person had said before the go next prevention was put in place because survivors are complaining about all the other survivors going next on hook. It doesn't hurt the killer in any way. It actually benefits them to get a quick 3v1. You can try to gaslight that the go next prevention is a killer sided change, but it's objectively not. If all 4 survivors stay in the game, it is much harder on the killer than that 3v1. So the math isn't mathing. Exactly. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, right? And then, of course, the survivor main wants to start losing his mind and say, oh, it doesn't stop anything, though. I don't go against single killer session without someone trying to get killed. Quick to leave. Off at a match start. I'm like, so you're going against babies. Or you're rather not even going against. Actually, no. Yeah. He's pretending he's LARPing as a killer main, right? So we'll say, for the sake of argument, he's playing killer, quote unquote. But then if he, like, why would they be quitting so fast? Doesn't make any sense. If I don't apply, they chase me around or noise spam. Probably more detrimental to 3v1 because they're actually sabotaging. I'm like, all right, buddy. Person right here says how to loop. Use check spots. Learn how to properly fast vault a window consistently. Learn how to fast vault check window consistently. Learn how to hug loops tight. Use proper pathing so you can make the pallet involved. Pre-drops unsafe pallets. Leave a loop when given the chance when it becomes unsafe. Things to do against Kaneki, learn to pre-drop revault tech, learn how to hold distance, learn how to block him from pallets, learn how to block him from windows. Do these consistently, have better matches, make most goals, and pretty much every other killer not have a good time. And then of course another survivor main comes crying about tunneling, blah 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 blah. Tale as old as time. We already know that. And then this person says they nerf any perk that combat tunneling. I'm just crazy whenever I load up DBD and see D like Decisive Strike, Dead Hard, Off the Record, Shoulder the Burden, Deliverance, Plot Twist. These perks are so nerfed that some of them have been meta for years, and some of them are the strongest perks in the entire game. Oh man, it's so true. Hey, you just listed a bunch of perks that have been nerfed or reworked. I'm like, but what? What? They've been nerfed, reworked. I'm like, but yet the perks are what? The perks still are strong as hell. Decisive Strike, Dead Hard, Off the Record, Shoulder the Burn, and Deliver. Like all of these things do the same stuff. Like, makes no sense. Just because you claim it got nerfed, quote unquote, doesn't mean that the effect is still not crazy. Like, they live in a world of delusion, dude. You're literally trying to claim that, oh, it was nerfed. I'm like, okay, but the effect, what is the effect doing? How do you activate this perk? But they forget that, right? Oh, we don't want to, oh, it's been nerfed. But what does it do? How do you activate it? That's all that really matters. He said, okay, this person says getting nerfed but still insanely OP doesn't matter. These perks literally reshape the way a game will play out. I don't know how many matches I've played as a survivor running those perks that turned a game from a 3 to 4K into a 3 to 4 out because the killer was unable to get any momentum from hooking / tunneling me. And yes, cross-examination needs to be nerfed, and it was already going to get nerfed if you read the patch notes. It's not that it's too good at combating tunneling, it's that it literally makes being chased a cakewalk. The perk shouldn't work while you're being chased. Elusive is the second strongest status effect survivors can get, and it shouldn't be able to be obtained by just being chased normally. Exactly. I mean, that's a very valid point. It's a very valid point. And I mean, it goes without saying, like, notice that when you have people that are experienced at the game are able to use these things, it fully shows the strength. Just because you don't know how to use it doesn't magically make it this weak ass perk that nobody uses. Like, brother, like, open your eyes. Like, what are you talking about, bro? It's insane. It is insane. Like, I just don't get the logic. It never makes any sense. And you'll have people like going into the comments, they'll crash out, lose their minds. But it's like, are you not listening or reading what the hell is being like written down here? Like, you're not reading this? You're not reading the delusions that they're trying to share with people? Because mind you, like a lot of these people within these forums or whatever it may be have a history of trying to gaslight everybody, have a history of trying to rewrite history, right? Have a history of trying to get people to play they want them to play. Like, these are not things we just make up. Like, these are things that they have done and continue to do. We point it out every time. I don't know, like, why, like, there's no reason to get upset about it. Get upset at them for being able to try to express that standpoint and trying to gaslight others into believing their nonsense. Mind you, they always fail to provide sources. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? But anyway. And then this guy just starts going on a whole rant about Ghoul or something, just getting mad. I mean, it's the usual survivor main crying. And then look at the LARPer, look at the LARPer. The Decisive Strike and Dead Hard have been nerfed. I'm like, that's not an argument. Oh, they've been nerfed. I'm like, everything's been nerfed. Who cares? What is the effect? How do you activate it? How does that impact the match? Like, duh. The Decisive is crap against most killers. What are you talking about? But they never name the killers, like, because they know if they decide to do that, they're gonna get completely like destroyed. Like, and then they have been destroyed and we've covered that too. How is Deliverance an anti-tunnel perk? It's pretty much a please tunnel me perk. So bro is just making up shit because, come on now, bro. The thing is that what people like these numbskulls forget is that you literally can pair Decisive Strike with Plot Twist. You can pair Decisive Strike with Deliverance. You can pair Decisive Strike with Dead Hard. You can pair goddamn. You could pair Decisive Strike with Off the Record or whatever. You can pair these things, man. Like, these are things you can just do. And then they want to claim, oh, but that doesn't matter. Like, because it's still strong. Like, regardless of what, oh, but it's been nerfed. Like, what does the effect do now? How does it affect the match now? Like, I don't care if 3 to 6 freaking years ago it was nerfed once. We're talking about the current day, the current patch, and what can the perk do? That's all we're trying to say. But they don't care about that. They just like to use that as some kind of discussion. And this person makes a good point. It's like, how are you concluding that this forum is killer-sided, and why would you even bring that up when it has nothing to do with the topic, other than to turn this into an us versus them argument? Which, mind you, I already spoke about before. The us versus them argument in itself is a non-argument because they use that as a shield to block all criticisms. It doesn't matter how valid your point is because they just say us versus them and close it up. It's dumb. Like, it's really dumb. This person says DS is literally one of the strongest perks in the game if not used like a Neanderthal, which is true. Dead Hard was nerfed and yet still one of the strongest perks in the game and is ran in almost every single match I play. I can agree to that too. You guys can watch the streams that I've been in. Anytime we play a match, I see Dead Hard at least once. The amount of time Dead Hard can add to chase will determine if the killer wins or loses the match. Plot Twist is 100% an anti-tunnel perk when played properly and ran with perks like DS, forcing the killer to make the decision between picking you up and eating the DS or letting you fully heal. Which is another thing that I've talked about before. I've gone against it. It's such a dickhead move because you literally cannot counter it. You pick up and then get instantly stunned and then you don't have any pressure anymore because no one's on the ground, no one's on hook, everyone's on gens, this one's running away. You're starting from scratch at that point, right? So it's like, that's blatantly just bullshit. Like, there's no way around that. You leave them on the ground and they'll fully heal by themselves because, mind you, no one has to get off the gen to pick them up. They can heal themselves. But then if you do pick up, you're getting stunned by DS and you still have no one on the ground and they're still running around free. Like, it's like, what? Like, in what scenario, like, is that good for you? Like, you can't counter either or. Deli is an anti-tunnel because you basically gain no pressure by going back for the person that used Deli. The other 3 persons are still cranking away at gens, and if you're running Deli, it's almost always paired with perks like Decisive, Dead Hard, and Plot Twist. But it's actually the strongest perk combination in the game. Thank you. Somebody freaking said it. Bro, what the heck is a screenshot for? So I just know you're bad at this game if you're calling the strongest perk in the game bad. It's been buffed with its timer and buffed with enduring, no longer working against it, which is a good point. They say, how does downing someone with DS 5 seconds after the stun make me bad? You're just ass, dog. You're just ass, dog. I mean, there's not much to it. And the last thing that happened to DS was a nerf to 5 seconds to 4 seconds. I mean, you're just ass, dog. Like, you don't play killer, you LARP, and then you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it's just blatant as day. Putting up a random screenshot for no reason, mind you, because it's talking about 247 matches played, 137 escapes, 55 escape rate. You're going against babies, bro. I'm pretty sure most people who actually play the game and know what they're talking about are gonna have way more matches than this. Like, come on now. I even have more matches than I made killer. Like, what? Makes no sense. Let's see. So they're kind of like losing their minds here, it seems. This person says, you're a liar. You got killed on purpose. This is why you got penalized. I've never had this accidental tunnel too fast situation happen where a false penalty occurred, and I have my enormous share of games where I was tunneled out first. Stop being a rage quitter or enjoy sitting in your timeout chair where the children belong. Which is true. It's true. And you know, same guy, by the way, bro lives on this forum, bro. It's kind of sad, bro. It's kind of sad. Like, you almost feel bad for him. Like, to think that you got no other hobby but sitting on your ass and typing in this forum. Not even playing the game, not getting informed about it, just literally just sitting on your ass and just bitching about the game from a LARPer's perspective. Like, it doesn't really make any sense. I don't really get it. But for some reason, that's what tickles their pickle. I don't know why. I don't know what they gain out of it. Like, they like to claim they're not giving behavior their money, but you're giving them all your time because they're sitting on their forums bitching for 4,000 posts. And the crazy part is, like in another video that we talked about these forums, he had no rebuttal for that. Like, because somebody was like, bro, you posted 4,000 posts and you know nothing about this game. And his entire rebuttal was like, oh, you think that people use these perks together? And I'm like, that's it? Like, that's all you have? like, you're an embarrassment. Like, at that point, dog. You can't talk shit to anybody anymore. He just asked, big dog. Like, that's it. You're done. You're cooked. Your goose is getting broiled, buddy. You're getting stuck in the oven. It's over for you, buddy. Like, it's done. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think in the comment section, man. Let me know your thoughts, of course. And I will see you guys in the next one. Also, consider checking out the Marvel Rivals channel and also checking out the v.h.s.x channel. Been working on putting videos on there as best I can. And hopefully you guys will enjoy that content instead of the DVD garbage. Also, consider becoming a member on YouTube or Patreon for exclusive content and perks if you're interested in that kind of stuff, or just supporting me directly. You can also do that too, by doing that, or even subbing on Twitch when we go live and stuff. We'll see you guys in the next one. All right, let's go ahead and read off these wonderful members. We got Patreon, Crow Vader. All my YouTube members, Brando, Evil Blade, Cap Courteous, WTF You're Not J-Lo, Evil Peach, Hargan Falcon, Dole Whip, Noxus, Zero Mocker, Jack, Christian, and Crow Vader. Really appreciate you guys supporting, man. And if you also subbed on Twitch, just know that you got love coming your way too. Appreciate you guys, man.